What's up, everybody? This is episode 4 of Assembled Correctly. Welcome, guys. This is it. Do I sound happy when I say welcome? I'm always observing happy people to see if I can emulate their behavior. And I think a lot of happy people, when they introduce people into their home, they say, welcome. My house is your house. Welcome. It's the morning. You know what? I realized that I like doing a podcast in the morning. It's weird. I am a morning person. I love coffee. I'm a morning person. It's weird as a stand-up comedian being a morning person. You know, ideally, all my shows would be at 9 in the morning, which is super ironic because my shows are at 9 in the morning now. Most of the comedy that I do now is corporate comedy for companies like Facebook or Google, and I log into their WebEx or their Zoom meeting at 9 a.m. and I tell jokes for half an hour to an hour. Who would have thought, man? Well, I'm so glad if you guys are here. Big news this week. My video last week received 1 thumbs down. It's official. I have haters. That's when you know that you are on the brink of success, right? As soon as you get some haters. Ooh, I'm going to pull this guy down with my thumbs down. Oh, Richard's going to look at this video and he's going to see a thumbs down. And you know what? He's going to quit. I'm not going to quit. Thumbs down makes me very happy because, like I said, finally somebody thinks that I am successful enough that they have to bring me down. And that makes me very happy. If you look at some videos and they have all thumbs up, it's like, okay, this is just the supportive family and extended friend network of this person. But when you see that 200 thumbs down, that's people trying to bring you down. It's the whole crabs in a bucket mentality, if you guys know about that. If you put a bunch of crabs in a bucket together, one of them will try to escape. And when that one tries to escape, the other ones reach up and they pull it back down into the bucket because crabs don't want to see other people escape. And when people thumbs down a video, sorry, dog, you're just a crab. Quit being so crabby. Also, in honor of my first dislike on any of my videos, I thought I would read some negative comments that I receive on various videos of mine. You know. Okay, over here, this guy says, bro, you need to sleep for 32 hours. He's commenting on my eyes. I agree. I do look like I need to sleep for 32 hours. You see how my eyes go down on the side? That's from the weight of the world pulling them down. This next guy says, I hope he has a regular job, ... Oof. I hope he has a regular job. Thank you for your support, Marty Cancilla. So nice, right? He's like, man, I hope, gosh, I hope this is not what you're doing all the time. My goodness. That's it. He's just, he's concerned for my financial well-being. I appreciate you, Marty. Swaggy Patty 22 says, people think this is funny? This is a joke I was doing where I was talking about how on jeans, they have a wash label now that says do not steam. Like if you buy jeans from a fancy place, it's like do not steam. And my joke is jeans used to be for coal miners to protect them from like mud, dirt, and rocks. And now these jeans are like, oh, don't steam me. Oh, it's wet. It's wet. I'm scared. And this guy, Swaggy Patty, is like, people think this is funny. She's got a picture of a cat for her profile photo. Yeah, people, I don't know. Yeah, some people think it's funny. I mean, the video's got 100,000 views. Okay, this video, LA Iron Man says, wow, so funny, I forgot to laugh. Wow. I can't believe I hit him that hard, you know? He thought it was so funny that he was going to laugh, and then he forgot. And Stacy Rivera says, died of laughter, and then yawn face. Well, I'm sorry for killing you, Stacy. I mean, I'll try to be less funny. This joke was my joke where I say that I don't really understand makeup, like because I don't know if I'm attracted to women or if I just like oil and wax. So I believe that Stacy Rivera probably wears a shit ton of makeup, and this joke just really hit her deep. Sorry, Stacy. That was fun. We should do that every time. I receive at least, I would say probably 4 or 5 negative comments a week. This is on TikTok. Just, I'm here doing this podcast on YouTube because I, just want to talk to some nice people. But once the TikTok trolls find out I'm doing this, dude, they're going to be all over this. So funny, I forgot to laugh. But they haven't found us yet. Yeah, it's like one day, I really wish like I could just... The thing with that internet, right, is that everybody's anonymous, right? So they can just say whatever they want. But man, I wish I could just go to one of these people's houses and just like grab them by the collar and be like, it's me. It's me, the guy who does the joke about the wash labels on the jeans. You remember me? Is the joke funny now? And then like I'll just sit them down in their living room and I'll tie them to a chair and then I'll tell them the joke again and I'll be like, if you don't laugh, then you die. And then I just tell the joke to one person tied up in a chair and I'm like, these wash labels on these jeans, huh? Man. Oh, wow. This microphone on the bottom was on the whole time. That's why it sounded weird. Gosh, guys, I'll get better. I'm just telling the joke to the guy tied up in the chair. I'm like, yeah, these wash labels on the jeans, they say do not steam. But weren't they meant for coal miners? Jeans used to protect people from mud, dirt, and rocks. And now these jeans are like, don't steam me. I think I just wrote a new movie. I'm the stand-up comedian that never made it, and I just go to different people's houses that have not laughed at my jokes, and I do my routine, and then I kill them afterwards. I think that sounds like a hilarious movie. Or sorry, a really scary movie. My therapist was asking me this week, she said, why do you laugh when you say something really dark? And that was like, I just had a moment where I'm like, am I the Joker? So I'm sorry, but you are listening to a podcast created by a crazy person. Oh my God, it's been 9 minutes already. All right. You guys know what that means. 9, if you guys remember, is the average amount of time that people listen to this podcast. And so right now is the 9-minute mark. And if you have made it to this point, that means that you are part of the 9-minute crew. And the 9-minute crew is very special because all that talk before this, that was just to make sure that all the people who aren't true fans are gone. But now It's the 9-Minute Crew. And last week I said that I would write a song for whoever commented first after getting to 9 minutes. And that was Camille. And, she is the dopest. The dopest. The dopest. But also, I realized that there's a couple of you that are making it to 9 minutes, and it makes me really happy. So, Camille, if you don't mind, I'm actually going to do a song for the 9-Minute Crew. I want to include everybody in the 9-Minute Crew because all of you guys are super special, and I really appreciate you. Okay, guitar, and vocals. Okay, all right, let's do it. Nine-Minute Crew. What would I do without you? I'd be dead in a ditch, but luckily you pull me through. Hey Camille, I'm 90% sure that you're real. I love the vibrations that come from your notifications. JG Tay, please never go away. You make me feel cared for, all the way from Singapore. 9-Minute Crew, there's a couple more of you. Fear no evil and true velocity, you guys are stuck with me. Why do people always end songs like that? They're like, look, I just played this thing and now I'm going to end it with emphasis. What if I made a point or something and then I just ended it with that riff? I'm like, Bitcoin is inflation proof. And that was the worst guitar playing ever. Isn't it weird too? So this is a major scale. And this is a blues scale. It's that one note. You're like happy, happy, happy. So sad. Wow, that was fun. Thank you guys if you're in the 9-Minute Crew. I just really appreciate that. I think it's... And, if you're in the 9-Minute Crew, leave a comment, and I would love to get to know you. Let's talk about, I mentioned Bitcoin and how it's inflation-proof. Let us talk about money. JG Tay asked me a question about how to invest money in general, and so let's do it. I really like talking about money, especially because it helps me learn how to invest. I don't want to come at this like, hey, I'm a guy that knows everything about investing, but what I want to do is just tell you guys where I'm putting my money, right? And then you can just make a choice that like, okay, this guy seems knowledgeable. I will, take his advice. Or I am just, I'm just one opinion, right? And you can just weigh all these different factors. But I just like talking about money, so I want to tell you guys what I'm doing. So right now I looked at where all my money is. And the breakdown right now I have 50% of my money in an index fund, 40% is in cash, and 10% is in crypto. My goal is to get my money 50% in the index fund, 30% in real estate, 10% in crypto, and 10% in cash. So let me just break this down for you guys real quick. So for JG, she was asking, she doesn't want to lose money due to inflation by just keeping money in cash. And totally, dude, inflation sucks. All these people are so excited that they got their $600 stimulus check. The government just printed that money. That money that's not money that the government had. They were just like, hit the printer, here's $600 more, and they gave that money to everybody. So is that really $600 more you got? No, because you got $600, but because they printed the money, that increased inflation, and that made the rest of your money go down in value. So it looks like you have $600 more, but really the rest of your money is worth $600 less. So garbage. So if you want to fight inflation, an index fund is a really good idea to do that. So an index fund is just a fund that tracks the market as a whole. So the S&P 500 is a index, and it always goes up. So if you just don't want to think and you just want to invest and make money, you just want to invest and not lose your money, just throw your money into an index fund. So 50% of my money is in an index fund, and I invest in the Vanguard 2050 Life Cycle Fund. And it's been going up. I think it's been going up by 8 or 9% every single year. And I put my money in there in 2011, and my money has more than doubled. So it's 2021. I have more than double what I put in. Yeah, and that one's super safe. So a Vanguard 2050 Life Cycle Fund, what that means is that I think I'm going to retire in 2050. So what they do is that as it gets closer to 2050, the investments that they are putting your money into become more and more conservative so that you have less of a chance of losing your money, basically, as you get older. Now, I'm going to I need some water. Who would have thought all this talking that I would need some water? Oh, that feels so much better. Oh my God, do you ever just wonder, you're like, I feel terrible right now. Oh my God, the world is awful. Everybody's against me. And then you drink a glass of water and you're like, oh, this feels much better. If you guys have water, why don't you all just take a sip right now? Oh my God, it's so good. Do you think I could be in a water commercial? Aquafina, from when I'm feeling depressed and I hate the world. Wow, I hate everything less. Aquafina. Okay, so we talked about index funds. My goal is to get 30% of my money into real estate. So yeah, okay, I'm actively looking to buy a condo here in Los Angeles, or I'm looking to buy a single family home in Austin, Texas. And so I'm looking right now. The main reason that you want to put some of your money in real estate, so I don't know if you guys own houses or not, but if you don't, you definitely want to, because, and I don't know, this is such a silly thing that I just realized, is that the population is always increasing. So the more people that there are, the more people that are going to need a place to live. So every single year on this planet, the population increases by a little bit more than 1%. So every single year, there are 1% more people that want to live where you're living. And that's why rent prices always go up, and that's why housing prices always go up. I know that if you already knew that, you're probably like, okay, you're stupid. How did you not know that? But now that I know that, it makes perfect sense. And I'm like, oh, you should buy a house, because there's always going to be more people that want to live where you live. So I'm going to buy a house. And then last, I want to talk about cryptocurrency. So a lot of people are scared of cryptocurrency. They're like, oh, I don't know. Is it all going to disappear? Am I going to put, $10,000 into it and it's just going to become nothing? I don't really think that's the case. Here's the thing. Cryptocurrency is here to stay, right? Here's a couple ways to think about it. Why should money be tied to the government of one country? If you really think about it, that doesn't make that much sense. If you go to another country and you buy something, they always charge you a 3% foreign transaction fee. Why? What is a foreign transaction fee? Do you think there's some guy in a basement, with like handcuffs, pushing a turbine, generating the power to convert my money from American money to pounds? No, it's just bullshit. It's a bank. It's just a bank saying, oh, this is dollars and this is pounds. And in order to make this conversion, we charge 3%. They're not doing anything. So cryptocurrency is taking the power away from the bank. And that is awesome because banks do not have your best interest in mind. So crypto is not going away for that reason alone. Second thing, with Bitcoin, there is no inflation. So the whole point of most people not wanting to put money in a briefcase under their bed, the whole point you don't do that is because your money is worth less just by sitting there. But if you buy Bitcoin, the supply of Bitcoin never changes. There are only ever going to be 21 million Bitcoins in the entire world. That's the maximum there can ever be. So if you buy a Bitcoin and you have this, piece of this commodity that is not increasing, you're inflation proof. Of course, Bitcoin could go down for other reasons, but it's not going to go down for inflation, 100%. Another way to think about this is, the main reason that something sticks around is because of the number of people using it. So think about Uber and Lyft. Uber is always going to be more popular than Lyft because Uber was first and there are more people using Uber. So Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency. The most number of people are using it. Starbucks is using Bitcoin. You can buy a pumpkin spice latte with Bitcoin. If Starbucks is accepting Bitcoin, it's around to stay. Home Depot accepts Bitcoin. You can buy a 2x4 with Bitcoin. Right? So these are big companies and they're saying that they believe in Bitcoin. So it's not going away. Also, think about this. A lot of times when people travel, they travel because they think that their currency is strong compared to the place where they're traveling to, right? So I live in Los Angeles, and people every once in a while, they'll be like, okay, you guys know the American dollar is very strong compared to the British pound or the euro. Time to go to Europe. I don't want to base my travel on when my currency is strong. I'm not on your schedule. I go to Europe when I want to go to Europe, okay? I go to Europe when I'm tired of America and I want to go sit in Paris and sip a latte next to on the Champs-Élysées, okay? I do it when I want to do it. I don't do it when the Times says, your currency is strong. Time to have a vacation. No. I'm on my schedule. So that's what I'm saying. So if we don't have different currencies for different nations, then that problem is out the window. So I personally have 10% of my money in Bitcoin. And I'm going to keep doing that. And you can't tell me otherwise. I think it's really funny when people call investing, because at the end of the day, you're a gambler. Like you can gamble on safer things, but you are putting your money on something hoping that it goes up. And at the end of the day, you're a gambler. I think it's really funny when people buy one share of a company and they think that they are investing in the company. Yeah, I'm investing in the future of sustainable energy. I've purchased a share of Tesla. You are not an investor in Tesla. You are investing in Tesla the same way that I go to the roulette table and I invest in red. Yeah, red I think has a bright future. It's a primary color. It's not going anywhere soon. People love red. I think I'm going to put $50 on red. I do think it sucks, though, that when you buy a share of a company that you don't get any part of that company. Like you don't get any of their services. You just get the share. I think if you buy one share of Tesla stock, if somebody drives by in a Tesla, you should be able to stop them and ask them for a ride. It's like, bro, I'm a shareholder. Quit hogging, share. Guys, so this weekend I performed at a... This is a fly-by-night production, guys. I am the host, and I'm the producer, and I'm the editor, and I'm the marketing team. I'm also the janitor. This past weekend, I performed at a comedy club for the first time in a year, like a real comedy club. And check out this check, guys. That's right. I made $50 for hosting 2 shows. So this was this Friday and Saturday. I drove 2 hours to Ventura, hosted at the club for an hour and a half, drove 2 hours back home, and then Saturday I did the same thing. And to show their appreciation for my work, I made 50 big ones. And you're right. I'm going to invest this. The biggest investment that I've made lately is my eyes. I spent $4,500 to get LASIK eye surgery. And JG, thank you for telling me to take my eye drops. I went in for my checkup, and the doctor, she goes, "You've been doing your eye drops 3 times a day, right?" And I told her, I've been doing it like whenever. And she just looked at me. She was like, she was doing her paperwork, and I was like, yeah, I've been doing it whenever. And she just goes, "What did you say?" I was like, I've been doing it whenever. She was like, "You need to be doing those 3 times a day. Otherwise, your eyes won't heal correctly." And I was like, okay, geez. Fine. If you want me to recover properly, I'll take my eye drops at the right time so that I don't go blind. Fine. It's still a big problem for me to open my eyes. Like, I've been keeping my eyes closed for my entire life. It's because I'm afraid of seeing the world. So, but now I have to like keep my eyes open. Like, I think probably I don't have these muscles in my eyes. I think that because I never use them, I think they just atrophied. But so now I'm doing exercises every once in a while. I just open my eyes. It's like Kegels, but for my eyes. I'm just trying to strengthen my eyebrows. And then one day my eyes will be actually open enough. People always think I'm bored because my eyes are just like this. Or people always think I'm high. And it's like, dude, I'm not high. I'm depressed. I'm the complete opposite of high. Man, do you guys have friends that are like very charitable? They always offer everything they have, but their stuff sucks. My friend, I stayed with him, and man, I hope he's not listening. This would be really bad. But I stayed with him, and he was like, come stay at my place. This was because I was doing shows in San Francisco. So I stayed at his place. He's like, come stay at my place. I stayed at his place. It was him and his 2 daughters and me, and it's a 1-bedroom. That's 2 adults and 2 kids in a 1-bedroom. I was like, this feels like I'm in India again, you know? And the saddest part, so he's divorced. Man, I feel so bad. I'm talking so much garbage about this guy. He better not be listening. If he is listening, it's hilarious. So he's so depressed that he's trying to save money because he's separated from his wife, and he's trying to save money. So the way he's saving money is by eating ramen noodles, and not only just eating ramen noodles, but he is like, if he doesn't finish his noodles from the previous day, he eats them the next day. Have you ever heard of anybody eating instant noodles the next day? That's an oxymoron, right? Leftover instant noodles. And so he made me some fresh instant noodles, and he was like, okay, I'm going to eat my leftover instant noodles. And so he was eating his leftover instant noodles, and he was like, this tastes so bad. Can you imagine? He's a divorced man eating leftover instant noodles, and he's like, this tastes so bad. And I was like, dude, why don't you make some fresh instant noodles? And he's like, no, I have to. I don't waste. And then I was like, okay, how about you take a flavor packet from a new pack of instant noodles, use the new flavor with your leftover noodles. And then he was like, that's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that? I changed his world. Dude, and then so he put the new packet of instant noodle flavoring, you know, like that powder. He put it in his leftover instant noodle soup, and then he was sipping the soup. He's like, this is so good. And then he called his daughter over. He was like, have some of this. And then she sipped it, and she was like, so good. I was like, how did I transport to like, some like homeless shelter in India? So, but no, I like that guy. He's done a lot for me. And the way I repay him is by talking shit about him. Don't ever be my friend, because I will be nice to your face and then I'll talk shit about you behind your back. I'm damaged. You know who else is annoying me is, oh God, dude, I hope, like, I need to vent about all the people in my life, but they're also listening to this. Like, can't I just talk in a place where people that I don't want to listen to are not listening? Have you guys ever talked to a doctor outside of a doctor's office? Like at a party? Dude, how can one person be so insufferable? 14 years of school and not one class on how to be likable. How can one person be so boring and also have a superiority complex at the same time? I hate doctors. Oh, so what do? I'm a doctor. Shut up. Dude, I don't want any relationship with a doctor. Like, if a surgeon saved my life and I saw him at a party, I would be like, oh, it's that guy. He's always up in my business. Hate doctors. Also what I hate is this section is just things I hate, by the way. We did investing, we did a song, and now it's things I hate. I hate it when you're at a restaurant and after you eat, you're just you're waiting for your check. You're in jail. At that moment, when you finish your food at a restaurant and you're waiting for the check, your life is not your life. Your life belongs to the host or the waiter. They control you. I hate being in a place where I feel like I can't leave. I need to always be able to leave. I can leave right now. I need that freedom. But at a restaurant, while you're waiting for your check, and then and I hate how long that process takes. You know what I mean? You finish your food, then you have to wait 5 minutes. Waitress comes by. Anything else? No, I'm done actually. She clears the table. You have to wait 5 more minutes. Comes back with the check. And at this point, once they come with the check, I don't even look at the bill. I just hit them with the credit card. Bam! Because I know that if she hands me the check and then walks away, that's 10 minutes. I open up the credit card. I look in. I see, yep, this is what I got. I put my credit card in, close it, wait 10 minutes. She comes back, gets it. 5 more minutes. She's doing something with the credit card and the bill in the back. I don't know. Comes back with it. Finally, I can go. That's half an hour of my life. I went out to eat to get food to sustain my existence, and I gave half an hour to this restaurant. Do you know how valuable half an hour of your existence is? We are all dying slowly. And this restaurant thinks that they can take half an hour of my life? No. My life is my life. My life does not belong to Gracias Madre, okay? No. My life is for Richard Sarvate, not Gracias Madre. It's my life. It's my life. Do you guys ever just narrate what you're doing? And I've noticed that if I just say what I'm doing, it sounds like a book. He wore headphones and he spoke into the microphone while looking into the camera. He was wondering, what were his listeners thinking? Were they thinking at all? As he pondered, he took a sip of his coffee. He looked out his window. My, it was a beautiful day. Trees and a blue sky. Cars parked along the sidewalk. It was a typical West Hollywood morning. Why does it sound like a book? That's so weird. Try it. Just walk around your apartment and just say what you're doing. He held his phone up to his face and opened it. He saw a notification from his friend, Kyrie Shabazz. I remember Kyrie Shabazz. Very funny comedian. Yes, I remember now. He had done a set on either Jimmy Fallon or Colbert. He has a joke about Taco Bell and how he still remembers how to make a double chalupa, even though he hasn't worked at Taco Bell in 4 years. That's crazy. Try it. I think that's how authors write books. I think they just say what's happening for 200 pages. Oh, man. Yeah. We all have a different life, you know? I think like very hot women have a completely different life than every other person on the planet. Because have you ever listened to like very hot women talk? They say things that no other person would ever say. Hot women say things like, wow, they're so helpful at that Walgreens. Nobody is helpful at Walgreens. I've been to Walgreens 1,000 times. No one has ever asked me if I need help. In fact, they actively walk away from me. They see me and they go, how can I avoid this man? How can I avoid giving this guy any assistance? But if you're super hot, that overpowers the bad service. If you think that people are friendly at Walgreens, I have news for you. You're a model. You should quit and become a model. If you have a job. That's what I never understood. So I think about this a lot. Why do really attractive people, why do they become models? Why would you go compete with other attractive people? If you're hot enough to be a model and you become a model, you're just another model. You're supposed to be hot. If I was hot enough to be a model, I would go somewhere where there's no competition. I would join the human resources department at some corporate company. And I would just be the hottest HR person there ever was, you know? Welcome to the company. Here's your onboarding paperwork. Make sure you fill out your bank details because that way you can get your direct deposit. People, I walk away, everyone's like, wow, did you see that HR guy? That guy's really attractive. I would much rather be the hottest HR guy in the entire world than another model. I don't even know why I'm trying to do comedy. Why am I competing with all these other comedians? Why am I trying to be funnier than other comedians? I could just go be the funniest plumber. Oh man, looks like you got a leak here. More leaks than a demo tape. All right, guys, I'm going to quit podcasting and stand-up comedy to become a plumber. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been Assembled Correctly. Please leave me a comment, ask me questions. This podcast is changing my life. It's giving me something to do. It makes me really happy. And I will see you guys next week.